So, today I'm going to be talking about, about this horrible list watchmojo made on Uncharted. Literally. Top 10 worst things Nathan Drake has done. This is probably the worst list they have on Uncharted. It's horrible.
Dashing treasure hunter, or worse than frickin' Hitler. Welcome to watchmojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 worst things Nathan Drake has ever done.
I thought he had died in a Panamanian jail, but I was obviously very wrong.
For more gaming videos, check out our new spin-off channel, Mojo Plays, for in-depth reviews, thoughtful video essays, detailed character origins, and insightful commentary. Mojo Plays, games smarter. For this list, we're recounting the horrible things Naughty Dog's charismatic, wise-cracking thief has ever done. Your smooth charm don't fool us, pretty boy.
Hey!
I like how this said pretty boy.
Should have seen that one coming.
Number 10, lured a dangerous militia to an innocent Tibetan village.
Well, this was an accident. Like, he didn't talk to Tenzin or something so he can be taken before he died of frostbite or something. No, it was a complete accident. The militia followed him. He didn't lead them to it. They followed him. And Tenzin and crap. Like, it's not his fault that Tenzin found him and took him to the Tibetan village. But anyway, let's continue. The list is already starting out very bad.
Nathan Drake has been close to death countless times. This time, however, thanks to the help of a man who takes him back to his village, Nate was spared an icy death. As he walks around a Tibetan village, he greets the locals, trying not to cause any trouble. But, oh wait, that's right, he's forgot he's being hunted by a militia who inevitably find him. Hey, sorry for the deaths of your neighbors, guys. Nate was too busy jumping around in your ice temple while his enemies burned down your houses.
Well,
I mean, he could have warned them at
ice temple, he wouldn't have been able to continue the game, or like, we wouldn't have found all these clues to find Shambhala.
So, our mysterious guest awakes.
Number 9, frequently lying to his wife.
I'm sorry, how was your day?
Okay, this one actually makes sense. Like, it's not an accident. He literally lied to his wife his entire life, because Elena never knew he had a brother until the day she found out that there wasn't even a Malaysia job. So he lied to his wife for a ton of weeks every single day that he was going on a Malaysia job, and for basically the entire time they've seen each other, which is like 15 years. Literally. They've been together for like 15 years, and he did not tell her about Sam. Did not tell her that he even had a brother. So that's messed up. But it shouldn't be number 9. It should be at least number 3 or something. Because frequently lying to your wife is just... It's worse than something that is on accident. Like, he intentionally lied to his wife.
It was fine. Typical day in paradise.
Drake's not exactly the type to settle down, so when we catch up with him at the start of Uncharted 4, we know it won't be long before he's back to his old ways of adventuring, treasure hunting, and being a ruthless killer. As we soon find out, he'll even lie to his wife just for one more adventure, telling her that he took a job in Malaysia, when in reality, he's helping out his supposedly dead brother, who had, by the way, recently broken out of jail to find a long-lost treasure because,
yes,
of course.
They're right about
So are you
this,
gonna start work tomorrow?
Postponed,
You know,
actually. Looks like we're
It
gonna
should be number
need
3
maybe
or
another
something.
10 days or
Not
so.
number 9.
Oh, and did we mention that Nate never told Elena about having a brother? Yeah, this doesn't sit well when she finds out.
Was there
Well, yes, it
ever
doesn't.
a Malaysia job?
Number 8, caused a fire at a manor in France.
Okay, now, this is the dumbest one. He caused the fire at the chateau in France. He did not cause it. It was not his fault that Talbot's army wanted to follow him like a stalker. Freaking army wanted to follow him to the chateau for the artifact, and then Talbot thought of burning down the place. It was not his fault that the chateau burned down. It was Talbot's idea in the first place. You could say, well, without Nathan Drake, they wouldn't have went to the chateau and stuff. Well, yes, but he was not the cause of the fire. It was Talbot's idea and not Nathan's, of course. So it doesn't make absolutely any sense. He didn't cause it. They're saying it like he was the reason why it happened. He got the torches and he burned the place down. But no, it was Talbot's idea.
That's not good.
While exploring the ruins of a French chateau, Nate and Sully find that they've been tracked down by Talbot, who leaves them to be eaten alive by spiders. After escaping, the duo catch Talbot preparing to burn the place down in order to ensure their demise. We understand that Nate couldn't have stopped this fire entirely, unless of course he had shot the guards holding the gasoline and torches, or maybe if he had, never gone there. But had he simply done business...
But yet, he had to go there. Otherwise, he wouldn't have found the first half of the artifact for, so you can find Ubar, Uram of the Pillars, in the middle of the frickin' Rub al Khali Desert.
With Talbot in the first place, none of this would have happened, and the building would still be standing. Speaking of which...
Oh, man. That was close, huh?
Number 7. Demolished a pub in London.
So you're saying that demolishing a pub is worse than frickin' frequently lying to your wife? Basically lying to your wife for over 15 years? Like 12 years or something? And lying to your wife about the Malaysia job, about having a frickin' brother and stuff? Like, demolishing a pub always happens in real life too. It's not that bad of a thing as literally lying to your wife for your entire frickin' ads. Jesus Christ. Yes. Oh my god, I hate these type of ads.
It's only minutes into Uncharted 3 before Nate and Sully begin trashing up the place. We see them enter a classy-looking bar, complete with a nice pool table and some stylish furniture. When the duo are almost screwed out of a bad business deal, though, they end up trashing the place in a big old bar brawl. All of that lovely furniture is smashed to bits, the windows are shattered, and even part of the bathroom gets demolished.
Yes, but they started it in the first place. Like, how do I say this? It was more or less the enemies, the bad guys, that destroyed everything. Nathan was just punching them and stuff. He wasn't literally breaking the windows and stuff.
Couldn't you guys have taken us outside?
You actually threw them.
You hurt? Just my pride.
Number 6. Broken into the Istanbul Palace Museum.
You in then?
Okay, yeah, that's a bad thing.
What the hell?
That's a bad thing, I can agree.
I mean, what could possibly go wrong?
Of all the relics you could be going after, you choose a lamp? Yep, our wisecracking hero has become a dirty frickin' criminal. Nate and Harry Flynn.
I mean, if you even played the game, which I don't think you played the game, you just you just read the script or something and didn't actually play the game. Only does this for money. He is going for the oil lamp because Flynn and Chloe were saying that in the oil lamp, or we figured out this ourselves, that in the oil lamp there's a map showing all of the 17 lost fleets of Marco Polo's crew, that all were loaded with treasure, or so we thought. So that's why we're going for the oil lamp in the first place without knowing that Flynn would betray us. So we broke in for a reason, to find the lost fleets and get the treasure.
decide to break into the Istanbul Palace Museum, knocking out guards and injecting them with a few tranquilizer darts. These poor bastards are simply doing their job, and they're doing it with very little protection. What could be so important for Nate and Flynn to steal? Well, a Mongolian oil lamp, of course, which they...
Well, yes, but as I said earlier, the Mongolian wait.
It would immediately shatter.
Yes, they would shatter it to get the map that shows the locations of the lost fleets loaded with the treasure. Like, did you even play the game? I'm guessing he did not play the game. It's stupid what he's saying.
They did this to find a map to Shambhala. They just, had to...
Shambhala. Oh my god. Whenever I see a Uncharted list by them, they always say Shambhala and not Shambhala. It triggers me, but it's okay, it's okay.
Destroy a priceless artifact in order to do it.
Our ships were driven by a great flood tide into the wilds of Java.
Sounds like they were hit by a tsunami.
Hey guys, despite his atrocities, if you actually like Nathan Drake, we have an Origins of him, which you can see over here, and down in the description we've also got a link to a collaboration we did with his
Wait.
Basically roasts watchmojo. Check them both out. Good videos. Let's get back to it.
Oh yeah, the Nolan North.
Number 5, destroyed the Tree of Life.
No, you have got to be...
Tree of Life. Oh my god. Once again, he probably didn't even play the game. He destroyed the tree. It wasn't even like he wasn't supposed to. He didn't want to destroy the Tree of Life, but he did it for the better. If he hadn't destroyed it, Lazarevich would have just drinking out of the tree of life, that water, whatever it was, and then he would have become super strong and basically ended the world himself. So it's better to destroy the Tree of Life anyway, so that Lazarevich wouldn't completely literally destroy Shambhala, so that Lazarevich wouldn't survive and bring evil to the world.
Okay, we'll admit that no one should possess the power that is the Tree of Life. With sap that grants near invincibility, the Tree of Life is basically the key to immortality. If only that resin wasn't also super explosive. However, instead of shooting the resin to kill Lazarevich, couldn't he have just taken the fight away from the priceless Tree of Life? Doing so could...
He calls him Lazarevich? Lazarevich? It's freaking Lazarevich. It's not Lazarevich. I'm triggered. I'm so triggered.
Have prevented the destruction of Shambhala, and the resin could have been studied further. Well, it's all lost now. Nice going, Drake.
What the hell did you do back there?
Oh, save the world.
Number 4, sent an innocent...
He saved the world. It was not a bad thing that he did.
Guard falling to his death.
There's a guard right below you.
As if trespassing and destroying property.
Yeah, this isn't something that he should have done. But it was also in self-defense, Like, if he didn't do that, he would have been caught. He couldn't have gone for the Mongolian treasure or the Mongolian lamp and finded the lost fleets. So he had to do it anyway, because otherwise he would have been found, and his life would have ended anyway.
But it wasn't enough. The treasure hunter also turns out to be a cold-blooded killer. During his break-in at the museum, Nate begins climbing up a wall until Flynn notifies him of a guard approaching the edge. Instead of keeping quiet and playing it safe, what does our alleged hero do? He yanks the dude's shirt and sends him flying.
I mean, I don't really care about that dude, because he just made a really funny moment in the entire franchise with this guy above you, this guy above you. Then when you yank him into the water, this guy below you, this guy below you. That was a really good part. So I think I like that I yanked him into the water and killed him, because it made a funny moment in the franchise.
To a watery grave. Don't forget, this is also that they can steal and then break an oil lamp that will guide them to an ancient city that may not exist anymore. Death is nothing new for Nate. He's mowed down pirates and mercenaries in the past, but this guy, again, just doing his job. Protecting a museum.
There's a guy above you, there's a guy above you.
Lights out.
There's a guy below you, there's a guy below you.
Number 3, got Elena's cameraman killed.
Whoa, hey, don't...
He didn't get him killed. Another one of the stupid things. He didn't get him killed. It was not his fault that Lazarevich wants near invincibility and followed him with every step. Literally, it's not his fault. He didn't want this to happen. Like, Jeff would have survived if Lazarevich didn't go for that in the first place.
Hey! Nate?
After running into Elena and her cameraman Jeff, Nate insists the two join him on his search for Shambhala. Nate, when will you learn not to put your friends in danger? Sure enough, a few chapters later, Jeff ends up wounded after getting shot in the stomach. After carrying him around town, Zoran brutally killed him in front of Elena and the gang. How is Elena gonna explain this one to her boss? What about, Jeff's friends and family? Sorry, Jeff died. We joined my ex-boyfriend in a thrilling adventure to find Shambhala and locate a criminal for NATO. No hard feelings?
Okay.
Yeah, but as I said earlier, it was not meant to happen. Jeff would have survived if Elena didn't look for Shambhala. Like, if they didn't get involved in this for the money and stuff, Jeff would have survived. It's not Nathan's fault at all. It's more or less Lazarevich and Elena's fault.
I know where the stone is, but you're not gonna find it without me. So just let her go, and I will lead you right to it.
Number 2 caused the deaths of thousands of people.
Well, yeah, because in self-defense, and they were all bad guys. So that's a good thing. They were all bad guys. They were all, if they found the treasure, if they managed to succeed in their quest, they would have done so much bad. Literally, Navarro, if he hadn't died in the first game, he would have ended the world completely with the El Dorado because of the curse. In the second game, he saved the world because he destroyed Shambhala with Zoran Lazarevich that basically had near invincibility once he drank from the Tree of Life. So that's another reason why he had to kill thousands of people. Same with Uncharted 3. Point is, he saved the world, but had to kill more than thousands of people for it. Anyway.
You may not realize it when you're playing through his adventures, but Nathan Drake kills like a lot of dudes. Exactly how many? Well, in his 4 main adventures, he took out thousands of people on his way to riches. You could argue that Nate only kills the bad guys, and always in self-defense, but he seems to have no moral quandaries about unloading onto these dudes. Yes, Nathan Drake is known for being a treasure hunter, a damn good one at that, but he's arguably even better suited for killing guys.
So he doesn't feel bad killing them.
Before we reveal our top pick, here are a few dishonorable mentions.
What?
Okay.
Is that it?
Sucking at Crash Bandicoot. How is that a bad thing? Like, he only sucks at Crash Bandicoot if you suck at Crash Bandicoot. What do you mean?
You asked for it.
Pardon me.
Failing an E3 demo?
Number 1 caused multiple ancient structures.
What? Anyway, caused multiple ancient structures to collapse. He wasn't the cause of them. You could say that with Uncharted 3, yes. The place started collapsing, Ubar started collapsing because of the flare gun and crap. Uncharted 2, not his fault. I mean, he did destroy the sap and all of that, but he did it for a good reason. Like, if those ancient structures didn't collapse and Lazarevich was alive, he would have completely destroyed everyone, as I said this earlier. Same with Navarro. If he didn't come out alive, if he did come out alive, the world would have basically ended. So it was better to destroy the ancient structures rather than actually keeping them.
To collapse.
you
The
know,
Uncharted series is filled with as
non-collapsed.
many explosions and environmental destruction set pieces as a Michael Bay movie. In his many encounters with shady bandits and dangerous militia, Nate has brought an end to many ancient structures throughout his adventures. We've seen collapsing bridges, ancient ruins
Well, yes.
demolished by explosives,
What I
an
said
abandoned
earlier.
manor burnt to a crisp. I mean, need we go on? Weren't there other ways of not causing such a catastrophe? Well, apparently not,
No,
or we
because it was
wouldn't
the
be making
villain's
this list
idea,
now,
it
would
was
we?
not his fault.
Hey, at least the games were fun.
Yeah, the games were fantastic. I can agree with that. That's the only actually
Do you agree
good
with our
thing they
picks?
said.
Check out these other great clips from watchmojo and subscribe for new videos.
Well, yeah, that was my reaction. That was my... I don't know how to say this. That was my opinion on this video. It sucks. It's a horrible list. But yeah, like they said some really bad stuff. The frequently lying to his wife one was probably the only good one out of them all. It made sense to put that as number one, considering all of the other ones were basically just accidents. They weren't meant to happen, but it happened for the good. Besides the chateau and stuff. I mean, that just happened because Talbot had a bad idea. But yeah, it's a pretty bad list. I can agree. It's a pretty bad list, but it's worse than I thought a watchmojo list can become. Cause I'm ever since I started playing the Uncharted games a month ago, I know a lot about them. I've replayed them all like 3 times, I think, in total. Each one for 3 times. So I know a lot about it, the story, all the different optional stuff, whatever. And this list is completely wrong. Anyway, yep, that was fun watching and being super mad at watchmojo for this horrible list. Anyway, I have to sleep pretty soon, so goodbye.